TIDAL Review here on Metro TV, Monday edition. And of course, today we're having a discussion. We're talking about TIDAL RAVE 2023. We talked about it last week in anticipation for the event. And this was the 10th edition of the event that took place at the La Palma Royal Beach Hotel over the weekend. I mean, I was there, so I could probably just give a breakdown of what happened when I got there and all that. So I got there almost like 10 p.m. I saw a lot of people standing outside. So that is where the trade fair area, the trade fair car park, that is where you redeem your ticket, right? So it's a cashless one. If you have the one on the phone, you get there, they scan whatever, they give you the armband, and then you have to be in a shuttle to La Palma, but I didn't get the shuttle. So, I mean, I basically worked out to see everything that was happening to La Palma Royal. There's police presence at the main gate. When you walk in, there's an entrance, another entrance. Police presence there was heavy before you get into the main compound. And when I got there, lots of people. The crowd was amazing. Let's see, the whole place changed for me. I was like, okay, this is dope. And I found my way to the backstage where all the artists were. When I got there, I think Samini was the one on stage, almost wrapping up with his performance. But it was amazing. I could hear the crowd, the cheers. Everybody was excited to have Samini on there. And then later I saw the performances of the likes of Joey B. I think he still is sick. He brought the energy, but you still could feel that he wasn't too well. Joey B, Lamem Gang came on. Afia came to perform. DWP, Stoneboy, R2Bs, Sarkodie, Kim Promise, Kofi Mole, whose microphone was put off. The last one before he could sing is the last song, Don't Be Late. And yeah, and the crowd was, I think this was an opportunity for any young person, young musician, because the crowd was ever ready to jam with anybody who came on stage, whether the DJs were doing their sets or the MCs, the artists who came on board. It was amazing. The stage was super. I mean, I could rate this like one of the best stages we've had in a while, in a minute. I saw Muzama Disco last year. That was amazing. But this stage, the lighting, the settings, it was super. Where the DJs were at the top, it was nice. Everybody had fun, really. They closed at exactly 3:18 a.m. That was when the MC said, "We're done. Thank you guys for coming. It's a wrap." That was around 3:18. The music was amazing. Of course, it was a festival. So aside the crowd, there were other spots around that you could stand anywhere and watch. And you see, La Palma, the place was very big, so you don't necessarily have to be pushing and say, "I cannot see." But wherever that you were standing, you see the stage because it was very huge and people enjoyed themselves. I've seen all the videos, and this is one of the events of the year that I've seen. You know, of course, every time there will be things that could be worked on. And for me, that would be the stage, the backstage, artists getting on board. And one of the major problems were too many artists were put on the platform. Too many artists were on the flyer that at the end of the day, some did not get the opportunity to perform. Some had to be begging. Some, well, you could see the disappointments on their faces that, I mean, I was here earlier. Why am I not there? And you see, a lot of things about the backstage production probably went wrong. A lot of people were on the stage. There was a DJ's bench at the top where you see usually you have one DJ with the setup. When the next person's ready, it goes up. But this time it was like almost a long thing, and a lot of DJs were there. So you see, Varowski was there, DJ Milsey was there. He played for Stoneboy. And a number of them, and then the hype men, Kojo Manuel, Kojo shouting the Turn Up King, Sean Bales was also around, and a number of them. So that sort of crowded that part of the stage, and I thought that it could have been managed better. Security was really tight. I know that had been the bane of last year's event at Kokoro BT, where a lot of people talked about security, that it wasn't good and all that. But this time around, even getting to the backstage, it would take, like, you need to have the pass before you get in there, unless word of mouth where someone can, like, oh, this is my guy, you know, before reluctantly you'll be even allowed in there. So I think security was very, very good. aside that, the performances were amazing. I mean, it was amazing from Stoneboy, Kiddy. Oh my God, Kiddy. Kiddy was superb on the night. And if I had to rank top 3 performances from the crowd and everything, I'll go for Kiddy. Kiddy was back to back to back to back, hit songs after hit songs. I'll say Stoneboy, and I'll say Samini. Samini, Stoneboy, Kiddy. They were amazing on the night. But I may give Lamem, you know, I think because of Into the Weekend, all the vibe about Lamem and Asaka and all that. So when they got onto the stage, the energy, you know, it was super. But of course, they kind of lost it a little bit. That's a narco from Kakra. But generally, it was a good event. I'd rate it over 80. I'd rate it over 80. I think that it was super amazing. Except, you know, the last minute things that we heard about the artists and whatever happened backstage. But apart from that, yeah, I think that's how I'm gonna grade it. Yeah.
Some informations that were not really clear. So my first question would be, did like every artist who was on the bill supposed to come to the backstage with their crew, every member? Did you see most of, like, let's say when Sarkodie is coming, he's coming with an entourage.
Yeah.
When what's the name? Stoneboy,
Yeah.
Samini, was like where all of the, since security was tight.
Yeah. I
know production or organizers went detail by detail what they wanted.
Yeah.
Did everyone come on stage with their people?
Climbing the stage itself, maybe not all, but at the backstage there were. But of course, if you're booking an artist, he would let you know that I'm coming 1, 2, 3 persons. If I've got dancers, I'm coming with these people. And so you make arrangements for them. They don't get there, you're now saying things. And that also happened where people had to be really begging that their artists are outside. You know, they had to come in and all of those things. So it happened. But of course, with the production side, what, you know, I speak to some of my friends, it kind of looked like, you see, running order, where, okay, after this person is this person, you come at this time, you perform from this time to this time. I think that they didn't really follow it, and so it caused a lot of issues where some people didn't get to perform, because the actual performance, and I'm talking about actual in terms of top act performances, started with Samini. That was almost close to 11:30, 12. And so it was after 12 that all the big names that I've mentioned started getting on stage. And people have been there since 8 p.m. There had been other performances though, but you know, the timing.
So all the big performances went into the night.
Oh, went into
That's
the
like
of course.
after 10.
Oh yeah, after 12, after 12, that was when
Then,
Stoneboy, GWP, Efia, all of those.
Why?
You know,
why was it so?
I think at this point it has become a part of our
system.
That if you go for an event, if you go for an event and doesn't close late, that's an event and I'm also.
Just like that. The top acts will come later. Like I don't want that.
Yeah. But I mean, even with this, I understand that the top acts came really early, like 9, 10. They were there.
Keep them.
So I don't know why. But anyway, let's get to Yalbedo Ayabo, who is on Zoom. My brother with the new look. Yeah, good afternoon. Okay, we cannot hear you. Or mute.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. What's good, my brother?
Yes, but I can't hear you, so I don't know the question you asked. So if they could like fix it.
Oh no, we're just basically going over what happened as a review. You were there as an entertainment person and also someone who was there with an artist. How would you say that it went, TIDAL RAVE 2023?
Like I can't hear you.
You can't really hear. Oh, what's happening?
Hello, y'all. Hello, y'all. Can you hear me?
If we can work that off for him.
Oh.
Okay, I think we need to sort that out. Yeah,
but let me come back to you. Was you see right now we are understanding that things were a bit messy at the backstage.
Yeah.
When I wasn't there, so I can't really give details of what happened. But I really appreciate the fact that you actually give a step-by-step detail. Now, what most people were asking on Twitter and even on social media was that, was there an official lineup? There was an official lineup. Did the organizers share that particular lineup with teams from individual artists. I don't know if yeah, can you hear us now?
I don't think so. What's that off thing over there?
Okay, so we are working on that. But then let me come back to this one. You said there was an official lineup.
I mean, the lineup that everybody saw on the flyer.
Good, but we don't go according to the flyer. Sometimes they brief the artists.
Well, they brief the artists, but I mean, they wouldn't share with me who is coming and the set time for all the artists.
But
right?
was there even an MC that was announcing all these people?
Oh, of course, you know these things. Kojo Mano was in the helm of affairs.
So until you are mentioning
Sheldon the Turn Up King was also there, and so they were handling the show at that point. So let's get back to
y'all can hear us now. From the way you are smiling, you have to yeah.
Hello, y'all.
Just that, yeah.
We need 5G network.
Right.
Hello, y'all.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
Yes.
Okay, so I was saying that as you know, I've texted you already. I like your hair. But TIDAL RAVE 2023, you went there as an intimate person and also as someone who was with an artist. Generally, what would be your remarks of this year's experience?
Internet is doing a shake.
Yeah, showing us Pepe.
It's giving us a showdown.
Right.
Okay, I think it's back on.
Okay. Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
The internet doesn't want us to take yaws.
I don't know what's happening with that. But I mean, I could speak to what y'all went through.
Okay.
He was there with Ofe.
As artist.
Yeah, and I could tell you it was stressful.
So was he able to perform?
It was stressful.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Look at that.
Yes, I can.
Okay, go ahead.
Just give us your experience. Just briefly tell us how things were, your general observation of TIDAL RAVE.
Well, generally, I'm just going to say the kudos to Echo House. They put up an amazing show. The stage setup was the most talked about. The security, I think we need to commend them for the security. What happened last year and the response to this year has been amazing. So I think kudos to Echo House for putting up an amazing stage and also making sure that security was tight. Everywhere you go past, there was a police officer there. I even learned the IGP was there. I don't know whether it's true, but that's what was on social media. So it was good feeling safe. Like when you're in a safer environment, you can just do anything you want without feeling that you'd be robbed or anything. So it was good. In terms of performances, amazing performances by some of our top artists. And these were like the high points for me.
Okay. All right. So I know that because I was there and the performances were amazing. The security too was top notch. But I know you've been ranting on social media. You've not been too happy about your artists not being able to perform. Ofe, our very good friend, could not perform. Somehow I saw AY Puyo standing in the corner somewhere with his manager. I'm not sure he was able to climb the stage. Also, CJ Bigaman and all the others. What really went wrong with that?
So I'd just like to separate my rant from Ofe. My rant is a personal rant. It had nothing necessarily to do with the artist. Yes, I was with Ofe on that day. We went to get our passes. I think that's where all the drama began because of an incident that happened. Something was said, and I wasn't really happy about what was said and in the manner at which it was said. And the reason why I was pissed off was for the fact that for a job that I've been doing, like a similar activity I've been doing for, let's say, on Afro Nation to the Whiskey Live to a host of different events, even including the Guinness Extravaganza. It was weird being treated in that manner by a staff who is supposed to know better and also treat talents better. And if you realize, I'm not the only one who's complained about, let's say, passes to talents. I think Pep also said a similar thing on social media. So you can see it was a big problem, especially with how the person spoke and the reaction after.
Yeah, I also saw that Quaps, who's the manager for Kim Promise, was also not happy with some of the things that happened. But generally, it was a good event. But of course, we need to improve on certain things. And a lot of events are coming in December. How could we manage the stage? The stage was amazing. The whole setup was amazing. But how can we manage the stage where a lot of people do not get onto the stage? I don't know if you are still there with me. Yeah, are you there with me?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Great. Okay. Where a lot of people get onto the stage, you don't know who is heading that part of it. You know, it became a bit crowdy at that particular point. And then, yet again, we go for a concert that we close at 3:18 a.m. Is that the standard? Like, is that what it has become? Or can we ever close at events as early as 12 a.m.?
Well, it's dependent on what is advertised. So ideally, if they advertise that they'll close at 12 a.m., then they should have been able to stick with time. I can't pinpoint what was the exact reason why there was a delay in the performances. But in terms of performing, you always have your production sheet. You create according to the number of artists you have, the minutes that they have, even the DJ's setup. And then you make sure that they fill in the gap till it hits 12 o'clock. With production, nothing is certain. There can always be a 1 hour delay, 2 hour delay. But if you have your program line up, you would realize that you are kind of following exactly what you planned out. And I don't think what they advertise is what they planned, because I saw some aspects where they still had performances or DJ setups, even 1, 2 a.m. So it means on the ground, they knew that they were not going to close at 12. But then I think it was kind of false advertising if you say you close at 12 and on your production sheet, you are going deep into the night. At least inform your people that we will close at, let's say, at 4 a.m. or at 3 a.m. And then it gives room for you to maneuver around. Let's say the extravaganza we did, we were supposed to close at 12, but we closed around 12:30 something because there was a few delays starting. But then it wasn't like an hour delay, you get it. So on the next edition, we are hoping to close at 3 a.m. because we realized people did not have enough, so they wanted to still rave. So we are extending the time for them. So these are some of the things as organizers you can do. Have your production sheet, follow it religiously. Make sure that every artist knows their reporting time and their performance time. If they miss that time, their slot is gone. And if you pay them, they have to refund. If they didn't pay them, then challenge. It's pepe.
But what was the time allocated for artists to perform? How long were they supposed to spend on stage performing?
Well, I was not privy to that information, so I can't speak on the duration at which people were to perform.
Yeah,
but then one thing I realized was Stonebwoy really performed for a very long time.
Okay.
No, but is that why I heard that Sarkodie's people were trying to push him off the stage?
So I think there's a miscommunication, and I can only blame the Beam Camp for this misinformation because most of this information came out because the PR head or lead for the Beam Nation or the Benetton Music Group came to write something on his Facebook page, which kind of stated that they were being sabotaged by the success team, which I think was a false narrative in a way. Because I feel if you have to blame anyone for cutting yourself short, you should blame organizers, not follow artists. Because at the end of the day, no artist has the power to come and hold your mic or to disrupt your show unless an organizer gives permission. Yeah. So they had to put the blame on the organizers, not on the fellow artists.
And even truly, that disrupted the whole process. So after Stonewall was done, now the microphone, whatever thing that happened backstage, Sarkodie was struggling with the microphone. R2Bs were struggling with the microphone. Kim Promise, same. We weren't hearing the sound really well. All of those things kind of messed it up a little bit. You could only hear if you were at the front. Those of us who had moved back a little bit, so it's yet again goes to stage management. If you look at Stoneboy's video that he posted being at TIDAL RAVE, awful stage in Krakow, because everybody's trying to hold him. A lot of people were on the stage, and you know it disrupts these the performances. You know, because Taubiba stage now. We need to do something about backstage.
That's how how many people were allowed to be there on the stage.
Because it seemed there's security everywhere apart from
the stage.
Oh no, there was security on the stage. Oh,
There
was heavy
there was
security presence on the stage, but I don't know.
They had security and police.
Maybe their own, you know, security should also, because there's this security of Beyonce, Julius. Like his eyes is like an eagle. Like he's looking everywhere. You can't even come close. So if Stoneboy is climbing the stage and people are holding him, where is his personal security?
Well, I mean, I'll blame organizers.
Right, and I want to be very clear on something that at the end of the day, as said in the news, was Angel on stage to do any form of anything, taking the mic, was by the DJ?
No, but Angel,
was there something like that or
no, Angel is the manager, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, when it comes to stuff like that, he could be there. DJ Mensah is a DJ. Right. He could fix whatever thing. Yeah. But as I've heard...
So they were actually on the stage. So Mensah and also Angel were on the stage because ideally after Stoneboy, it was supposed to be R2Bs to perform before Sarkodie. But I think they switched up the performances. So Mensah was definitely on the stage to set up because I think they were using just one DJ set. They didn't do two booths.
True.
Yes. So there's a very minimal gap in switching
where the MC
DJ has to be on the stage.
Yeah. But how?
And also Angel has to be there to coordinate the performance too.
Yeah, but were artists allowed to bring their different DJs? So I know Sarkodie, of course, bring his DJ. Stoneboy. They came promise. Every artist had to bring their DJ.
Yeah.
Yes, every artist brought their DJ. And regarding the people on the stage, usually it is the artist entourage. That is why they have.
But doesn't that cause doesn't that disrupt or like cause a problem?
Yeah, there's gonna be a delay.
If I'm exiting and you have to come in to come and set up, doesn't it cause a problem? Shouldn't there have been one? Because I know from social media, they said Varasky was there. Varasky was like mostly like the DJ who played, like entertained the crowd and everything. Now, if let's say Varasky is an in-house DJ for Echo House, at least we'll give some artists some slots to bring their DJs, but not everyone, because the transition will be a problem. And even that, I think you do the lineup in a way that, let's say if Kofi Mole comes and he doesn't come with his DJ, there's room for him moving and Sarkodie's DJ setting up. Then another person will come, Joey B will come. He will not come with a DJ. There's room for Stoneboy to, can't we have something like that?
No, for that, for me, I don't think that can ever happen because artists rehearse their songs and the DJs help them where to cut, to do that. I think in all of this, we've got a minute or so to go. Wow. In all of this,
time runs so fast.
Don't you think Echo House has done themselves a disservice that after putting together a very beautiful show, they have allowed this to mar the beauty of the show in the sense that they could have just released a quick statement, like something small, to just say that this and this is what happened. Bam, we are done.
Yeah.
I think they're enjoying the publicity that's coming.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Talking about it and all that.
They always enjoy the publicity.
I'm sure one will come later.
What will come later?
Yeah.
But you know, in Ghana, when something happens, like they choose silence.
Yes.
No, but at this point, it is blaming,
like
the narrative, as you have said, the earlier narrative is like Success team has a problem with Stoneboy's team, and then R2B has a problem with.
But that one, I'm going to blame the media. That's how I'll blame the media 100%.
No, how would you blame the media?
I'll blame the media.
No,
because
as Yao said,
right.
A member of the Stoneboys team released a statement, and per that statement,
that
is what everybody was running with. And you cannot blame the media because social media is not the media.
No.
Social media picked up this thing, and that is how it became very popular. Because I didn't buy into it. I didn't buy into that statement.
Because you were definitely there.
I didn't buy into that statement.
And you see, social media is going to pick it up, of course. Before it comes to, let's say, main media, they are going to pick it up from social media. And now, if you did